Welcome back. As we talked about last hour, this concept of doing new things is oftentimes hard for people. A lot of people don't think they like doing new things. Some people do. But whether it was all the way back going to your first day of school, your first date, your first time your parents left you home alone, throughout your entire life, undoubtedly you have done new things. And it's so important to think about as you grow up. Some of the new things you've done or your new things you're going to do, you don't always have that advice that you need. Certainly when you're younger, maybe on your first date, you had your mom or your dad coaching you through it. Or, when you went and got your first job, your boss was the one helping you with your W-4 to make sure you filled out your tax forms right. But as you start doing more things, you start growing, maybe you have a family, you start thinking about the right insurance, the right financial plan, or maybe buying or selling a house. It is different because the people you've counted on trusting for the longest time, maybe for your entire life, may no longer be the best people to trust. The people who are closest to you, although with good intentions, may not be the professionals that you need to turn to. Today we're going to continue this hour of the conversation on finding the right people to help you with the ventures that are most important to you. Kyle Ryan joins us again, a broker with RealLogic Sotheby's International Realty. Kyle and his business partner, Gary Everest, have been recipients of Seattle Magazine's 5-star award for 6 years in a row. Teresa Neal joins us for the first time, the Northwest sales manager for Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling, a company that really changes the way people heat and cool their homes. And Charles Tobin is back, one of the top insurance agents at AAA Insurance, having recently won the President's Club Award. And guys, we're going to have a good show today. We're going to have a good hour. My name is Ben Brashen. You're listening to Brashenomics. We'll be right back.
AAA Insurance Company has the same discounts as the other guys. Plus one big one they don't have. An exclusive AAA member discount. You can save up to 30% on auto insurance and even more if you combine auto, home, and life policies. Trust the same team that keeps you safe on the road with your comprehensive insurance needs. Ask to speak to an insurance agent today. Visit us in a AAA office or go online to AAA.com for a free, no-obligation quote. AAA, the only insurance agency designed with the AAA member in mind.
During market ups and downs, you face many questions and uncertainties. Is my 401k allocation still right? How will my retirement plans be impacted? How will my dreams and goals be affected? As an Ameriprise financial advisor, Tom Faley can provide you with solid strategies and tips to help you protect what matters and weather market volatility. To learn more, call Tom Faley, financial advisor, at 425-646-8212. That's 425-646-8212. Or stop by his office, 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800, Bellevue, Washington, 98004. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
As a luxury homeowner, you expect the best. And Seattle real estate brokers Kyle Ryan and Gary Everest with RealLogic Sotheby's International Realty are ready to exceed your high expectations. Representing the unique and extraordinary for over 20 years, Kyle and Gary combine a wealth of local expertise with the global reach of Sotheby's International Realty to offer world-class service. So if you're looking for the best in Seattle real estate, visit ResideSeattle.com. That's ResideSeattle.com.
Radio for your body, mind, and spirit. Alternative Talk, 1150.
Welcome back. It is important to do new things in your life. There's no doubt. And as you do new things, oftentimes, although they might be scary the first time, you're going to come out on the other side potentially knowing more, being more confident, or just overall in a better place. The same thing is really true with finding a new person to work with. And when you're looking at real estate, buying or selling, finding the right person or a new person to help you maybe through something you've never done before is a huge, huge part of a successful transaction. And, as buyers and sellers continue to become more educated about real estate market, there's really an increased demand for brokers or realtors who do new things other than just give them information. Kyle Ryan's back with us, real estate broker, the Realogic Sotheby's International Realty. Welcome back, Kyle.
Well, thanks. It's fantastic to be back. Thanks very much.
Yeah, and so talk a little bit about, information's everywhere. It's easy to get. That is not new. But what is new is maybe what people should be looking for in a good real estate agent as they are, it's not just the information anymore.
Well, I can definitely understand the reluctance to do things new things because it's all about doing things differently now that the market has changed and the market's kind of changed out from underneath the feet of a lot of people. And so we are always looking for the newest, high technology, getting the word out, international, global kind of a reach. So we do have to reinvent ourselves constantly. And
you guys are in a market where these aren't necessarily people doing this for the first time. No. This is not your first time home buyer who's looking for the, the least amount, just give me the basics, help me understand a little thing. You guys are in this luxury home market, which probably takes a little bit different set of skills in order to make everything go right, go well.
For sure. The truth is that everybody is more sophisticated now. I think all buyers and sellers at all levels are much, much more knowledgeable and informed and up to date on the current technology and current market conditions and stuff. So we really have to be ahead of that game. So yeah, but you're right. The luxury end of the market, they are very, very sophisticated, educated buyers and sellers who know what's going on.
And so what are some of the things that you guys do differently and maybe the newer things that you had to change from your old business in order to help these luxury home sellers and differentiate their house from maybe the other luxury homes that are out there?
Well, I would say that one of the biggest things we did is bring a team to the game because we, both my business partner, Gary Everest, and I worked separately for 20 years before we teamed up. And one of the reasons we did team up is because we just found that we could offer better service and be in two places at once and combine our efforts in terms of, especially if we're doing new things, we had to put two heads together to try to come up with ideas that, the market and prices and everything is a moving target. And so it helps to have two people doing that.
And so you guys have actually even inspired some newer marketing approaches. What are some of those?
Well, one of the things we had an ad in Alaska Airlines magazine in February. There's been some new technology happening. We have a Sotheby's mobile app on our smartphones. They're starting to do lifestyle videos of homes where they hire a chef. They have their friends come in and they have a video tour of how the home lives, not just how it looks.
So you end up with a video of people having a party in your potential house?
Exactly, which is great.
I would like to be part of those videos anytime.
Well, you're on the list. So.
Cheers. Hey, buy this house. We're having an awesome time, and don't mind the red wine spill on the carpet.
And we serve wine, so that's even, the list is long for
you know how to sell me, that's for sure.
I'm just saying.
So when you're doing these, newer things, that isn't all that really goes into it, because there is some of maybe this old school stuff that is new, which, including just being available and not just by email.
Yes, availability and responsiveness, I would think, are the two most important things right now. Well, probably ever, but especially right now when people have information so quickly. And I can tell you at the luxury end, buyers and sellers do not want to wait for a phone call or to reach you. So the fact that we're a team really helps us be very responsive.
Well, I think it's a huge piece of that because it's stressful. These people are stressed.
There's a lot at
so
stake.
When you don't have somebody who you can reach, that was actually a study done. It was the number one thing most people want out of professionals, and especially real estate, is accessibility.
Well, I think that's great, and I'm glad to be there. I think I would feel the same way doing that, selling my home. It is good. I think smartphones and technology, emails, text, that really does help us be in touch more quickly. But we had some clients that needed some attention the other day, and I was with clients already, and my partner took care of it immediately. So that was where a team came in handy.
And that really does. That is that team approach. We use the same concept in the mortgage arena. You can't do it all. And as things become more specialized, somebody might be good at marketing, somebody might be good at helping somebody through the purchase process.
For sure. It's terrific to have two different skill sets. And we have to share the similar ethics and the similar. We have to be interchangeable in some ways, but really it does help for us to be bring two different points of view and different expertise into it.
What does that do for helping you cultivate new relationships with these people, with your clients, with your clients, and then ultimately, how does that, when you have those relationships in place, does that help you introduce them to other relationships and create new relationships?
Well, we do have different skill sets, and we do have different experiences, even though we have both been successful in our own right. For instance, Gary has a vacation home in a particular area east of the mountains there's a big trend towards buying vacation homes in that area, and so he knows about that more than I do, and he can bring his experience and his knowledge of that area to the table.
And so when you have these, you combine kind of you guys become a more trusted service provider because you know more.
We do.
As a team,
more.
Right? Two heads are better than one. I heard that once.
That's the challenge, is to know more, and so we are constantly working to find what's new and what's working, because, like I said, it is a moving target. So we have to be ahead of them, and it's a big race.
We have a couple minutes left. Again, we're here with Kyle Ryan, real estate broker with RealLogic Sotheby's International Realty. Kyle, talk a little bit about the best possible client service that you guys created for the luxury home buyer.
You mean a marketing plan?
Yeah, when you just start looking at the overall best service.
Well, in terms of, I would say,
you talked about the availability, the responsiveness, but then whether it's showings, whether it's these parties, whether it's crafting offers, as you'd mentioned before, you guys kind of have this gamut that you run, and it really appears that is the new thing people have to do, as we kind of talked about. So when you have both of you guys working in tandem, mm-hmm. It certainly would allow you to cover all of these different aspects, everything that's involved.
Well, for example, we have a 200-acre property on the market that has 5 homes and that we need to show with a golf cart. So it's quite helpful to have one in the cart and one back at the ranch.
It also helps to have a golf cart.
And it helps to have a golf cart, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of aspects to that property.
So
and
you pulled up in the trailer with the golf cart in the back, and you pull that thing, never mind. So, right, so you have this, when you have a 200-acre property, I think, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say many homes at the luxury end of the unique and extraordinary properties, they have aspects to them that really require personal attention. And so one of us can be demonstrating the unique aspects of the temperature control system in the wine room, while the other is showing the theater, how the theater technology works.
Some fancy houses.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, we're very fortunate.
And you'd even mention if you have kids, it allows some people to maybe go through these more techie areas of the house, and one gets to babysit. Exactly.
Well, I call Gary the kid whisperer because he is amazing with kids. They love him, and so he can entertain them while the parents are looking around, not being distracted.
While you're doing the big kid things.
Exactly. Looking at the big toys.
This is the home theater system. Your kids do not need to see it, or they'll never want to leave.
Right.
Well, Kyle, thanks so much for joining us. Kyle Ryan with RealLogic Sotheby's International Realty. When we come back, a lot of people might be looking at these luxury homes. And when you have as many square feet as Kyle's houses do, guess what? You're going to need to heat them the right way. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the ways that you guys can heat your house for a little bit less. My name is Ben Brashen. You're listening to Brashenomics.